Hello, welcome to this podcast. My name is Beatrice Marse. I am a singer-songwriter from France. So today I'm going to try very hard to look at the camera, but I know for me it's difficult. So as usual, I'm actually recording this podcast, so you will be able to find it on my YouTube channel called Beatrice Marse. So today, I wasn't going to do this podcast in English. In fact, I thought of doing it in French for my blog in French called beatricemarse.com. But I've realized that it's better to do it on Beatrice Marse Music, the podcast of the same name. So today is December 25th, 2019. It's Christmas Day. And I have to say I'm a little bit pissed. So that's the reason I'm making this podcast. And I've just realized that actually it's my second attempt because the first one was a bit dodgy because of the sound. So yeah, I've just realized it's almost the end of the year. Excuse me. Yes, I've got another few hours before the end of the day, and I realized that somehow unconsciously, excuse me, I'm making some decision today. So today, I've come to talk to you about entrepreneurship. Verb is entreprendre in French, and being an entrepreneur in my eyes is, I've been on It's not the first time that I'm trying to create something. I was working for myself well over 20 years ago, and I stopped because it was I went into a block. Okay, and I didn't know how to solve it. And I have to say, at the time, I had no mentor, no one around me was doing basically the same thing as I was doing, and could mentally help me to go through what I was experiencing. Because few years down the line, right now, I'm able to say that with some mentorship, I would have probably been able to go through all the trouble. So the consequences back then was that I decided to actually stop to do what I was doing, and feeling that I was a failure. That was it, and I was meant to fail. I was created. I was born with failure written all over my front. That's all I can say. So I stopped about it. I stopped doing what I was doing, and I decided to actually come back and work for a man. So building someone else wealth dream. And back in 2011, I decided to actually hustle a little bit because I wanted some side money. And this is something I'm working on to this day. And I have to say, back in 2011, I wanted to do some side. I did some side hustle. I did it pretty badly. I didn't know what I was doing, and then because I had a full-time job, and this full-time job was taking most of my time, it was kind of difficult to actually carry on. And I had also personal problems which impaired me in the process. That's what I can say. So today, back in 2019, now in 2019, I realized that I had to improve my side hustle. I had to make some big changes, think the thing all over. So in order for me to make some money, I have to say that in 2018 I decided to branch out somehow, and I have to say it's almost the end of 2019. I can see the results. I can actually see that my business is getting a little bit better. But I'm not talking about thousand euros. I'm not talking about millions of euros. I'm just talking about few hundreds from one place to another. That's what I can say, and it's just allowing me to make ends meet. That's what I can say right now. but it's better than 2018. It's better. Yeah, it's been a good year, so I cannot complain. And I have to say the same thing for the music. In 2017, I decided to actually put out an album, not knowing really what I was doing, apart from the fact that I knew that as long as I had some money on my bank account, it would happen. And did it with the little money I had, and see, I'm still doing it with the little money I have. And well, and I have to say now it's almost 2 years down. Yeah, it's more than 2 years, because the first album was launched in April 2017. So now the end of the year 2019. So I have to say, by the end of this year, I'm kind of happy because I've got few listeners every month. A thing that did not happen in 2017. Every 3 months or so, I had one listener. So it's an handful. I can't even use my 2 hands to say that the amount of listeners I have so far. Even though at the time of my recording, I can use I could do with 3 hands actually, which is quite kind of good. But just to say that on YouTube, I've been watching these gurus and all those people saying, in 1 month I can make $1 million, and in 1 day I can make $100,000. Unless they're scamming you, they can do that, or they can do it because they have failed so many times in the past that now they is practice making things almost perfect. So whatever they can do now, whatever they're doing now, their chances of making a huge amount of money out of it, it's very high. So, and what I'm saying right now is that when you start, don't expect much. Expect something, but expect something that thing to come very slowly, and it's going to require from you a lot of work, and not of work. I disagree with the fact that you need to work a lot of hours. To me, you need to work smart, but mentally, it's gonna take you a lot of work. You have to really work on yourself to pull you through it, because things goes wrong in life. Things go wrong. So, and that's the reason why I'm kind of I kind of agree with people who are actually saying that it's best to have a passion, because it's true that if you like something and things goes wrong, you can step back, come back, and carry on. If you don't like the thing you do, when things go wrong, then it's more likely that you're going to give up on the spot. So to me, it's better. I do go easy on the patient side of thing, but I know that many people disagree with that. But at the end of the day, you better, if you want to run a business, or you're going to start a business, or you're going to be a real entrepreneur, you better know, you better love what you're doing, because things are going to get tough. That's what I can say. Things are going to get tough, and it's real. So, and especially if you're starting from zero, so it's going to get tough, and it's going to take some time. And I've been reading a lot of books also, apart from watching good videos on YouTube, and I tend to agree that you may start to think to see something after 2 years. My premise is between 18 to 20 and between 18 and 24 months. Before that, it's either you really lucky, or you're scamming people, or because you failed so much, it's true that you're going to get the result early, because you know what you're doing. Basically, this is what it is. So I have to say, I'm a bit pissed today, and and I realize, especially on social media, I'm making this podcast, because I know right now psychologically I had enough of social media. I had enough of YouTube, and I know, because I know for a fact, and I could see it myself, that if you don't do silly things, you won't get noticed. And it's true that in terms of music, I have to go organically, because I have no money to my name, almost no money to my name. So that's the only thing I can do. But it's true that if you don't show your flesh, or you're not too sexy when you're a woman, it is very unlikely that anything is going to happen for you on any social media platform. And if you are not young, it's very unlikely it's going to happen. So, and that's the reason why I'm saying I'm not prepared to be the person that I'm not. That's about it. And this is not the reason why I do what I do. So, and I'm saying that by the end of December, I'm gonna be less and less present on social media. Today I realized, and because Christmas Eve, I was playing on an electronic project, and the same thing was that I had some trouble to make that thing work. It was working. I was pleased. I did an Instagram post, and then the following day took the project up, and the thing worked well for 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, and then it got short-circuited by my stupidness. That's all I can say. So now I need to step back in time and see what I can do. Last night I was trying to build a project again. It didn't work, and then I need to spend some time to understand what went wrong and which component is not working anymore. So, and this morning, just like that, just before this podcast, I just realized that maybe it would be better for me to actually take a year off and go all in on electronics. Give me a year to try to learn, because my thing is I'm very interested in modular synthesis, and I really would like to build my own modules, and I've been trying to do the first project based on Lookmam No Computer, and he had a project that I actually copied for me. So it took me some time, but then it doesn't work anymore. So I'm thinking, I want to go into very much, I think 2020, I really realized that I want to go very much into modular synthesis. So because I haven't got too much money lying around, and basically no money lying around, I'd rather build my own modules and try to see how far I can go with that. Knowing that I'm not looking for quality. I'm just looking for something. I just want to build a project. I don't know where I'm gonna go with it. If it's gonna be an album, I don't know. I just know that I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna see as far as I can go with it, and then I realize. So what I'm saying in 2020, there's gonna be at least another album like the six before, and then I'm gonna turn around and go into modular synthesis. So I don't know how it's gonna sound like. I don't know if I'm gonna sing on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I just know that my heart goes on that modular synthesis environment, and I need to actually lay my hand on it. So I don't know how far I could go. I given myself to March 2020, and then in March 2020, if I haven't managed to actually do anything very that I like with what I like, I will stop or move. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So what I'm saying, you won't see me much more on social media, maybe to talk about modular synthesis, maybe. I don't know. And honestly, I can't see the value anymore. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, those platforms have turned into something which is close to me to nothingness. when I'm thinking of YouTube and talking about YouTube, it's very difficult nowadays to have some quality content. And usually what I call quality content is it's something which you can't easily see. So I don't mean quality content in terms of I'm using 4K and red camera and everything. I'm talking about people who are actually producing videos, and whatever they see on these videos, you get something from them. You get something from watching that video. It is harder. It's true that many videos are clickbaited, and when you watch them, it's next to nothing. It's no point. So, and then now it's the end of the year, so things are getting slow. People are, as far as I'm concerned, all in for the money, and because now they gathered all the money they needed for Christmas, now they're doing nothing, next to nothing. So creators I'm talking about. So and the clever ones are still actually putting videos out, which is a sign that the clever ones. The greedy ones are not. That's all I can say. So that's it. And I can't see too much point in carry on with social media in the state there is, and then I'm not willing to spend money because I haven't got any money, and I can't see too much point in it. So I've been on TikTok, I've been on Rumbl, but TikTok I don't feel at ease. Rumbl is kind of, and truly I found in a very short period of time, because there are many people now going into Rumbl, it's turned out to be something like YouTube. The nothing next in YouTube is actually going into Rumbl. So I don't see too much point. If you don't show flesh as a woman, if you're not sexy, pretty, and everything, nothing's happening. People are not interesting. And if you're not talking about garbage, plain garbage, people are not interested. So it's true that it's nice to be entertained, but what I can witness right now from my perspective is just like some very toxic entertainment. It's the toxic entertainment that all those platforms like and love, because they know that they are retaining people, and basically right now they're not really retaining me that much anymore. So I don't know. It's truly, in terms of my music, it's gonna affect. It might not affect it. Honestly, right now I don't care, because of me. The whole point of me doing what I do with my album is just that the thing exists. I wanted to create something, and people have got the opportunity to listen to it. It's not the best quality, but honestly, the main thing is that something was in my mind and it's done, it's out in the world, and some people may enjoy it, or most of you may not enjoy it, but there is no, it's not the purpose somehow. And I do appreciate the little group of people who actually enjoy your music. I really thank you very much for that. So that's about it for me. That's my Christmas 2019 rant. I have to say this is the second recording, and it's quite different from the first one. So I was in the heat of the moment, and then my computer crashed on me. So that's the reason I decided to just do the recording again. It would be better, and strategically and logistically, it would be better for me to manage. Anyway, this was my Christmas rant. Have a merry one if you are listening to me on Christmas Day. And you see me not very often in 2020 on YouTube, and you may hear from me maybe not very often in 2020, but on your podcast, on the podcast platform, or maybe too many times, I don't know yet, but it will depend of how my electronic project are gonna go along. So if I'm doing well, maybe, if I don't know, I just don't know. But right now, what I'm sure about is that I can't see any point, somehow wasting my time on social media at the way it is. So it's very much if I want and I feel like doing it, I'll do it. Otherwise, don't bother. So thank you once again. See you again, and you've just listened to Beatrice Marse. Yeah.